Welcome. This reading will explore the themes of winter ahead and find out what you need to know about that time. Take a moment to connect and choose a card that resonates with you. This is a pick a card reading. Take as much time as you need. Below you'll find timestamps, and should you choose, you can now jump directly at your reading. And you will also find the decks that I use in the description. Or if you're not in a hurry, linger for a moment. There are more meaningful things I wish to say, and beautiful nature and scenery to enjoy. Welcome to the Fool's Journey channel. I'm so glad that you found me here in the cold Finland. I don't need anything from you, but I deeply appreciate that you're here, and I'm grateful and respectful for your time. I seek to inspire you, connect you to your spirituality, share insights, and provide you with a virtual place of peace and introspection. Along the way, I wish to spark curiosity and share meaningful stories, as well as remind you about the healing forces of nature. It is my sincere goal to help you find your own path and shine a light to your own true self. Tarot is just a tool, one of the many tools to do that. During the last reading, carried out in the 14th century castle ruins, we received a reminder about turning of the seasons. We also received a hint to cook something nice from maple syrup, which I did to a great success, but I digress. Now winter has arrived, bringing with it transformation and stillness. Here in Finland, in the far north, perpetual darkness has already begun as the sun no longer rises. From now on, we face grey skies, icy rain, and short days. Yet nature is always beautiful, and now is the time to enjoy that transformed, mood-lifting winter world that I spoke of in the last video. This is a communal reading, so if something during the reading doesn't feel right, feel free to leave it to somebody else to find. Welcome, Group 1. You have chosen the sacred white deer, a symbol of rare paths and divine guidance. Step softly now, for your journey begins in the stillness of a forest touched by magic. This is your reading. This is the white deer. It corresponds to the Nine of Swords, but its meaning in this deck is quite different. From the ancient stories of hunter-gatherers to white hart pursued by the Knights of Camelot, the white deer has always symbolized worthy, albeit sometimes dangerous goal to pursue. Stories of the white deer exist around the world, often with the animal considered to be sacred, holy, and otherworldly. Its white coat symbolizes divinity, purity, and enlightenment. In Sami tradition, a white female reindeer is considered an omen of good luck and is believed to increase the herd size. Oftentimes, killing the white deer brings a long streak of bad luck. In some tales, a white deer serves as a decoy, leading hunters on endless, fruitless hunts. This could be seen as the reverse meaning in this card, but for now, it is upright. You have chosen the white deer as your significator card, and my intuitive interpretation is clear. This is a sign. White stags are rare. You're experiencing a burst of good luck, unique events, and you're being called to follow. Take a moment to reflect on what in your life constitutes a worthy goal at this moment. Reflect on your inner feelings and knowledge. What is the meaning of this omen? Do you already know the path that the white deer beckons you to follow? Do you feel its meaning, like almost as a jolt of electricity? If so, trust that you are on a right path. Or are you being called to trust the universe to reveal the path? For different people, it might represent embarking on a new journey, boldly confronting injustice, pursuing spiritual goals, reconnecting with nature, or giving yourself permission to simply enjoy life. Or something else entirely. Search your inner world for the answers. Whatever it is, the white deer urges you to act swiftly. Make your decisions with haste. Don't linger or you'll miss it. Deers are light-footed animals, and you are now being called to follow, but only once. During the December, if you are presented with unexpected possibilities, it might be a good moment to follow. Let's embark on your spiritual adventure, following the white deer through the snowy landscape beneath the glowing auroras. It's time to spread the other cards and to pick your rune. We'll pick up your rune first, because I have a feeling that the runes give you a significant instruction today. So we have Sovilo, which is the rune of the sun, also thunderbolt, and sometimes wheel of power. Then we have Fehu, meaning wealth. This is also a mother rune. And then we have Nauthis, which speaks of necessity, also needs and friction, sometimes shadow. Let's dwell into them a bit more deeply. Dear Sovilo. Sovilo is the rune of sun and clarity, energy, power, strength, will to go on. This is a blessing that shines upon you as you run in your quest. It is the sunlit day that warms you when the nights are really cold. It is the necessity to pursue your goals instead of giving up or taking the easy path. As there are themes of motivation and vitality in it, this is also a rune for success and achievement. It has themes of clarity and also themes of illumination in it, just like sunlight illuminates the path. When combined with the elemental and shamanic influence of the white deer, it really speaks about inner power and confidence. It speaks about the strength that you have on your veins as you're coursing through the snowy landscapes. But then we have Fehu. Fehu speaks of wealth and prosperity. This is when you're pursuing something and you're putting a lot of energy into work. It often returns back to you. They say that money follows the money, or money is attracted by money, but it can also be something else than material wealth. It can speak of possessions and resources as well. Fehu can also speak about fertility and growth, because in the olden days, cattle was considered to be wealth, and the fertility of the cattle or the livestock also meant material possessions and wealth for the people of the old. But then we have Nauthis. So it speaks about necessity and constraints. So not everything is easy, and when you are pursuing your dreams and embarking on a journey that is very important, it is not surprising that you also encounter themes of delayed gratification and crisis and transformations grown from these crises. Still, now this speaks of inner strength and self-reliance. So again, like the deer that is coursing through the snowy landscape, you might encounter challenges and difficulties, but you have the inner strength to leap over those challenges and those difficulties in your life. So a lot of very strong energies, some of them challenges, maybe spiritual lessons in this one as well. But then again, your work towards your goal bears fruit and is fertile. And all the while you're doing this, your veins are strong and you have energy in you to keep on going in your journey. So all in all, this is already looking really good when you're pursuing your spiritual goal, when you're pursuing your personal white deer, whatever it symbolizes for you. But let's pick up a few tarot cards to guide you, especially on the December and the winter months, to help you navigate on the stresses of the holiday seasons and energies that affect you during the end of the year. A lot of cards jumping out from the box. I don't even have time to explain. I mean, these are Nordic forest ritual cards, and I really like these ones because the nature connection is very strong in this deck, and I try to emphasize people to cultivate their connection to the nature, so that's why I think this deck is important. But oh, okay, that's the third one. I was saying that I will shuffle until a third card jumps in, but it already did, so let's go with these three. All right. Wow, this is, you are really having strength in this. This is really powerful, and you're moving with the speed of light. You're moving with haste, with God's speed, with your pursuit. Because there's two cards that connect with the sun's radiant energy, as well as your Sovila rune, which also stands for sun. So again, from the depth of winter, from the winter solstice, you are like a galloping white deer. You're emerging from the piles of snow, the snow flying around with the strength of your gallop. And you're powered by the solar radiance. It's, if you watch the last reading in the castle ruins, we also got solar radiance. It's a very strong card. So if you did watch that, the energy is still going on in your life, even though physically we are now in the dark period of the year. But energetically, the sun is still shining in your life and giving you that clarity and energy. Keep on running. You have the visibility now needed, whether it is the sun or the stars during the night to guide you. Then we have, as this card is labeled the sun, this card is also with sun's energy, but this one is called the summer, which is interesting because I think it is a hint about a meaningful time in your journey. So something that you are doing in this spring will bear fruit, or something major in relation to it is happening in the next summer. So you have vitality, passion, and fire influencing or giving you energy during the summertime. So the long run that you are doing, the long pursuit that you are doing, I think this one hints that a major milestone in it will happen next summer. Then if we have two cards with very strong themes of fire and sunlight and warmth, then we also have the Queen of North. So this is Louhi. She is the powerful queen of the northern lands. She speaks for autonomy, resilience, and underworld. Now let me meditate this card for a little while, because I'm trying to understand if Louhi is your ally in this quest or if she is to challenge you. And actually I am given an answer that she is both. Just like Baba Yaga is a dual character, on the other hand she is considered to be like an evil witch in the north too, or Baba Yaga is considered to be evil witch that kidnaps children and eats them. In the original stories, in the folk stories, she is also a character that tests the protagonist, the hero of the story, so that his or her true character would show. So I'm being told that there is a character in your journey that is testing you on your path. It might seem that she will set up challenges for you. Perhaps it has something to do with this rune in here, which is need and necessity and challenges. But she is also a rich and very skilled sorceress, Louhi that is, and she stands for autonomy and resilience, and she is the queen of underworld. So these themes, these kind of dark underworldly themes connected to the cold, dark north, these are on your path challenging you, but you also have the power and radiance of the sun and the Sovilo coursing through your veins. So you are in no don't worry, you have the energy to go through this, and the pace might be quite stunning, quite intense as you are running through all this. Right, let's pick up two more cards to have a look about the time before the New Year's, because I felt that especially the summer card, even though we asked something else, this one wanted to come now. So it wanted to say that the next summer is important in relation to the quest that you're doing. Let's have two more cards. Oh, and here they are. Oh, wow. Wow, because we got the hidden here, which is a mythical beast that the heroes of Kalevala are pursuing for. And since we also have the white deer in here, which is a universal symbol of a goal worthy of pursuing, it strengthens this energy in it. And then we also have, we have Noidankehä. Literally it's witch's circle, but it actually means like a mushroom circle, where the mushrooms are growing in a ring. And immediately as I look at this, I see that this is a pathway to another dimension. So not in a psychedelic sense, but this is in a spiritual sense. There is a pathway. There is a way for you, like a shortcut that you can take if you are able to find it. If you do step inside this mushroom ring, it will give you a possibility to bypass challenges that you would otherwise have. Extremely interesting. So, since I said that I don't want to pick too many cards, I feel that we now have enough. And quite interesting reading and very positive, very dynamic reading, meaning that the time between this moment and the New Year's is full of action and full of things to do, but rest assured that there is also benefits and fruits for you to pick up after all this cultivating. Or if we are thinking about the symbolism of the white deer, there is also, I'd like to say, a kill in the end, but that's not good. Now, really interesting reading and a lot of very strong positive energies going forth. And if you're thinking about the advices before the Christmas, before the New Year's, or maybe towards the spring as well, you will be challenged. There will be challenges, but they are not negative, meaning that there is no maleficent energies in there. It's just that you need to prove your worth in order to be respected. And you will have a lot of strength in your veins and strength in your pursuit. There will be a lot of motivation and it will be wild. But go ahead and run. There is mystical prizes and mystical goals for you to pursue. And when you do pursue them, there will be a treasure in the end for you to pick up. And two different or two advices for you, extra advices, surprising advices. One is that there is a short way, but you need to find it. And also, what you sow now in this winter, you will be able to reap, or something interesting, something meaningful will happen next summer. So this concludes your reading, group number 1. Thank you, and I hope to see you later. Welcome, group 2. You are called by the shaman, the traveler between worlds and the keeper of ancient truths. This card calls you to awaken the shaman within you, urging you to trust your inner wisdom and embrace the web of connection that binds our life. This is your reading. This is the shaman. It represents the Hierophant in the Major Arcana Tarot, and for a good reason. When not shunned by the rivaling religious or ideologies, shamans were considered the wise men and the women of their societies, the guardians and healers of their flock, religious leaders and guides in their own right. This connects to the symbolism of the Hierophant. When I turned this card and considered its meaning for the time of winter, I was immediately reminded of stories of Santa Claus's connection to the shamans and the Amanita mushroom. Whether you believe in the story of these mushrooms being used in the winter rituals, resulting in renewal, spiritual journeys, and gift-giving, it does create an intriguing twist on the classical elements of the Christmas narrative. While critics consider this story debunked, it is still an intriguing idea. There are good videos explaining this topic, so I won't go deeper into it, but I will show them on the screen now. Shaman is a mediator between the realms of spirit and the physical realm. It was their sacred duty to gather knowledge and provide spiritual help and healing to those in need. Not just anyone could be called a shaman. This role was reserved for select few, recognized by their community, and only after undergoing a rite of passage, which often included symbolic death, reassembly, and rebirth. The topic of Northern shamanism is wide, and let me know if you would like me to explore it more. In your reading, the shaman stands for representative of spiritual authority. There are a lot of guides and authorities along the path of life, some of them genuine, some not. Be wary of whom you listen to, and always listen to your inner knowledge, your inner shaman, as the highest authority. Shamans are considered to be spiritual mediators, healers, and guides. The shaman in your card encourages you to be sensitive to messages that transcend from the realm of spiritual to the physical, or from the unconscious to the conscious, if you prefer. And trust your inner understanding about these messages. See the insights and the visions of interconnectedness. Realize that we are part of the same sacred web of life. Shaman encourages you to nurture connection to the natural world and its denizens. To some of you, shaman encourages you to harmonize your life, to balance the different aspects of your life, and to heal yourself. Sometimes shaman speaks of healing others or the community too. All in all, this shaman is your significator because he, or she, or it is your guide to your cosmic connection and symbol for your connection to others. His role is to help you find your path and your healing. Let's lay out your cards. Since shamans often have animals as spirit guides, I feel that we need to start with a tarot deck that features heavily on animals of the night. This is quite fitting also in a sense that we are now parts of Finland are now in the night eternal part of the wheel of the year, meaning that the sun doesn't shine in the outer world before the spring. Oh, quite many cards. All right, so many that I need to meditate this in a while before I go forward. But immediately I see certain themes. In the side of the right-hand side, I see the Hierophant and the Hermit, meaning that the work that you do as listening to your inner shaman, the work that you do as a shaman, gives you recognition by others, and also it brings you timeless wisdom to be brought back to your life. We have the star as inverted deer in here, which is interesting because the deer was in the first reading, and the star is also also at the third reading, meaning that there is almost like a guide to say that if you are thinking, should you listen to all of the readings or just this one, I think that this card is saying that only listen to this one. Then we have three cards that are major arcana, the star and the hierophant and the hermit. But then we also have 5 of swords, 4 of wands, and 7 of cups. In 5 of swords, it often means a bittersweet victory, or there is a sense of disharmony in the card. It might signify about hurt feelings or lost opportunities, especially in this card. If you look at it more closely, you'll see that there are all these tall buildings and all the trees have been felled so that the deer doesn't have a place where to rest anymore. There is a feeling of lost in it. I'm reminded of the fact that deers actually have very long-lasting paths that they use generation after generation, and they can be very stubborn, that even if the surroundings change a lot, the deers still keep on treading on this same path. There is 2 conclusions to be held from this thought. One is that don't be too stubborn. If the road has been blocked, find an alternative route and follow that. Also, if you must take the same path through the forest that no longer exists and it's replaced by tall buildings and cities, you being this deer, rest on the places where you can rest and move through these phases of life with haste. All in all, I feel that this 5 of swords reflects of growth. Even if the situation is uncomfortable, it at least offers the opportunity to ask yourself, was it worth it? If not, then this is your place to learn. Then we have the 4 of wands in here. It's typically a very celebratory card, meaning that there is a celebration taking place and a reason to celebrate. But when in reversed form, as it is now, it might mean delays on the achievements and delays on the celebrations. It might also mean that the reasons for celebration are more personal than public. They are private milestones, personal milestones that you yourself should and could celebrate, but that are not widely recognized. If we connect that to the role of the shaman to be a person who views the world differently than others, this might very well be a reminder that you need to celebrate your own victories rather than those milestones, or rather than only those milestones that our community or our society emphasizes. Then we have the 7 of cups, but this one is also reversed. The 7 of cups often describe a situation where a lot of options are presented, but there's no clarity which ones are the ones worth taking. But luckily, when the card is upright like it is in this way, I see it that it signals that there is a clearing of unclarity. So if there's a situation where you feel that you have been unsure or you haven't been wanting to commit to results, now is a good time to re-evaluate the situation, and perhaps everything will be a lot more clearer after your inner journey and inner work is done. I'm returning to the message of the star, and especially to the reversed message of the star. This, as the star card is considered to be a celestial guide, when it's reversed, it might mean that there is a temporary challenge and temporarily struggle to find hope, faith, and renewal. All right, I feel that we need a few cards from the Nordic Forest Tarot deck as well. Oh, those you want to go? Oh, okay, nice. We got Laulujoutsen, so that's the Whooper's one. And he or she or it stands for the birth of the world, purity, beauty, and cosmos. So if the shaman is considered to be a traveler within the cosmos, and especially within your inner cosmos, as we were thinking about themes in here, there is a connection between the three of these cards. You might be traveling in your inner world and seeking the truths and the knowledge from there. Just be sure that you are not, or you might encounter periods of lesser resources or conflict, but you will have all the skills and energy needed to go through that. Then it's interesting, we also have another very shamanic animal. So we got raven, and raven stand for mystic messenger, standing for intelligence, companionship, and learning. And I feel, again, the raven and the crows in here both belong to the crow family of birds, meaning that, again, there might be connection with this one. Since raven is a mystic messenger in this, I would seek spiritual messages. When I was writing or channeling the intro of the first card, shaman in this case, I spoke that the shaman brings messages from the spiritual realm to the realm of reality. And I feel that the raven in here gives us a confirmation that there are messages that you would benefit if you would bring them to your life from the realm of spirit or realm of unconsciousness. So interesting. Let's have a rune or two. Okay, interesting. We got Urus. Urus stands for primordial cattle, and it has a symbolic meaning of power. Then the other rune that we got Mannas, which stands for man, and it also speaks about divine union and manifestation. So if you are traveling on your shamanic journey and you got the rune of Urus, that is the rune of the ancient oxen, it brings the energy and power of the ox to your journey. It speaks of resilience and shaping of potential into something tangible. Since there's a lot of power in this rune, it speaks about bringing this power to your life, and it might be connected to the messages that you would be getting from the universe with the raven. Then we have the rune of Mannas. This is a rune for men, and a rune for humanity and connection and self-awareness, and sometimes rune of cooperation. And now I feel that it actually came into a very powerful position, because I felt that immediately felt that it's connected to the Five of Swords, where there is the conflict element, and then there was this inverted Four of staff, which means the inner recognition rather than the outer celebration. And since this one connects us to the community in both sides, I believe that this is a guide for you to say that there are powerful elements of happening in your community during this time that we are asking the advice for. So both cooperation and individuality are important themes for you during this time before the New Year's. So let's recap this reading. We are on a shamanic journey, bringing information and knowledge from our inner world into the reality. We will get recognition from this. This also connects to the community, but there's also individual work, both of them connected to the spiritual path. There was a warning about the conflict within the community and an advice to not to be too stubborn, to ask forgiveness if needed, and to re-evaluate if there has been a conflict. There was a warning about there being a period where the light of the stars may sometimes be dim or clouded. So there might be a period where you are unsure or feel lost. But this period is passing. And especially because of the Seven of Cups inverted, which means that there is a clarification of if you have been feeling unsure about the many directions of which to go to, there is a clearing of this cloudiness, and you will see the path more clearly. And finally, I feel that there is the strength of the ox and strength of your inner shaman to guide you and to walk with you as you are on this path. So a lot of messages and a lot of both inner and outer work, a lot of spiritual and mystical work, as well as work in your community during this time. So this concludes your reading, group number 2. I wish you very merry winter time from this point onwards and all the way to the spring. I hope to see you before the spring though. Bye bye. Welcome, Group 3. You have aligned with the Northern Star, a light eternal, unshaken in the vastness of the cosmos. Look to the heavens, for your guiding star shines brightly. This is your reading. This is the Pohjantähti, the Northern Star, that stands for the star card in the major arcana of the Tarot. Northern Star is a symbol of eternal light and the cosmic guidance. It stands as a fixed point in the vastness of the sky, around which all other stars seem to revolve. Known as Taivaan naula, the nail of the sky, it anchors the celestial dome, the Taivaan kansi, that ancient Finns believed was held aloft by the pole of the heavens. The sacred North Pole is a bridge between realms, where the earthly and the divine meet, and where shamans once traveled through the state of consciousness in search for answers. The Northern Star calls you to pause and look beyond, into the infinite cosmos and distant galaxies whose light, though ancient, still reaches us. This light, always present, connects the past, the present, and the future. It whispers that even in the vastness, you are never lost. The Pohjantähti is your guide, offering clarity in the moments of doubt, just as it has guided travelers for centuries. It reminds you to trust your inner compass and align with your true purpose. The card also bears the symbol of the snake biting its own tail. This is the Ouroboros, a king snake that represents the cycle of death and rebirth. Forever circling and biting its own tail, it is a reminder that endings are beginnings and all things are connected in an eternal flow. This ancient emblem invites you to reflect on transformation and renewal in your own life. What parts of your journey are concluding and what new parts are beginning? The Ouroboros teaches that growth requires embracing the cycles of change, trusting that each turn of the circle brings wisdom and evolution. Pohjantähti signifies the interplay between the microcosm and the macrocosm. As you gaze into the stars above, you may see not only the vastness of the universe, but also the infinite potential within yourselves. The energy of this card calls for balance between the calm starlight and the dynamic movement of the cosmos, between the stillness and progress. It invites you to find harmony in these forces and to navigate life with serenity and purpose. Take a moment now to align yourself with the Pohjantähti. Reflect on its light as both as an external guide and an inner beacon. How does it help you orient yourself in the world? What part of your life is being illuminated by its steady glow? Whether you are seeking renewal, transformation, or clarity, the Northern Star urges you to trust in the guidance of the cosmos and the constancy of your own inner light. Now, let us continue your journey beneath the Taivaankansi, spreading the cards and drawing a rune to reveal the path illuminated by the Pohjantähti. All right, let's gaze to the vastness of the cosmos and enjoy the starlight that falls upon our face. All right. We got a pile of cards. Okay. Our first card is the new moon card in Gemini, and its theme is communication is the key. Gemini is a sign of communication and speaking out your needs and desires, but also your ideas, thoughts, and opinions. Too often we keep our thoughts to ourselves out of respect or shyness, or perhaps because of shame. Know that your opinion is as valid as everybody else's, no matter how big egos are around you. Just find the right ways and the right words to express yourself, and also select your timing right. Communication is the most important element in human relationships, especially between adults, meaning that those couples that communicate well will be able to endure a lot of challenges, no matter how big. Also, communication is the only way that we can tell to people around us what are our needs and wants. No one is a thought reader, so make sure to voice your own desires and voice also your smaller wishes in a constructive, positive way. Then we have a new moon in Taurus. So the theme of this card is prosperity lies ahead. So very auspicious card that that promises us that whatever endeavors we take during these months and wherever we put our personal energy, we will be prosperous. So this is very, very auspicious card. We have a full moon, 15th of December. So during that time, emotions might be running high. This card is a card of supermoon, meaning that supermoon stands for period where moon is close to the earth and it looks larger even to your naked eye. So currently there isn't a supermoon, but there was a streak of 3 supermoons during this autumn. So if you are looking at the prosperities that you have and perhaps of the areas in your life where you need to communicate, have a think what you did during the times of last supermoons. Is charging energy is flowing from the cosmos to your life during this period of time. Let's have a few cards from the Kalevalainen Ukon Pakka tarot deck. Okay, we have Kalevalainen candle, and I have a feeling that I need to turn it this way up, even though I did take some reversed cards earlier. But this is now how I feel it needs to be. Kalevalainen candle, that means a string instrument made out of fish jaws, or literally fish bone, but traditionally it's made out of a lower jawbone of the pike. And this is a reference to Finnish kantele, which is our national instrument. And it is a magical instrument that when it was played, all the creatures of the world came to listen to you. And so it was a magical instrument that could bring people together for enjoyment. So if we think about the holiday seasons ahead, this is a very good sign. It speaks about coming together to enjoy the company and to enjoy entertainment and perhaps rest. And as you see in this card, you have pearls from the element of water. So this all speaks about harmonious coexistence, might be connected to the communications that you have done so that your wishes and needs are respected. But then we also have pirityinen, which is a dung beetle, or in Egyptian pantheon that is mentioned to be the Kefir beetle, the eternal dung beetle who pushes the ball that is connected to the symbol of sun ahead of him, and he is the creator of his own world, which is the ball. We know for real that dung beetles they travel across the land using the sun, so they actually do have a real connection to the sun as well. But pirityinen is, since he is a dung beetle, there is a deep symbolism in this card because the dung beetle actually take not even dirt, but the real animal dung, something that people are usually considered to be something disgusting and unpleasant. And by his own work, he turns it into something that is celestial, as we are in the celestial themes in your card. So this card speaks very strongly of your inner work, that sometimes in your own life you need to approach those things that you dislike and those things in you that you don't find pleasant and comfortable, and work with those topics. And as you do so, you will be able to transmute those elements in your life and in your persona into something beautiful, better, and celestial. In this sense, the symbol of pirityinen is like the symbol of, it speaks of the same process than the alchemical process of transmuting lowly ingredients into gold. The same story is also in the symbolism of lotus flower, where the lotus grows from the muddy waters and then upon reaching the surface opens and blooms beautifully, creating beauty and serenity. So there is a need of this kind of transformation in your life during this period, as well as a promise or the encouragement to enjoy and rest as well. So both work and rest in balanced manner. I think this is a pretty good advice for the winter period. Let's pick you a rune or two. Okay, so we got Othala, and I'm not following any specific arrangement of the cards, rather reading them intuitively. And I placed this rune next to your Kalevalainen kannel, the magical instrument that I connected to holiday seasons and rest. So I think this speaks about the connection to your family and your bloodline, as this is a rune of home and family and legacy. Do pay respects to the elder generation and to the elders during this winter time, even if you're very busy and there's a lot of things to do. It pays to have good relations to your own home. And for those that return home for Christmas or for your holidays, this is a rune that connects to that. It's a rather beautiful rune. It speaks about, the rune is decorated with these little glittery things. I hope that you can see them. It's like solid ice. I really like this rune set. I'll put it down in the descriptions where you can get these. They are handmade and unique. So every rune set is different, but they are all extremely beautiful and meaningful. Then we have the rune of Kenas. So that is the rune of torch. And in that sense, it's also a rune of fire. It connects to the suite of wands, stuffs, especially to the aces. And as I put the pirityinen in this side, there is a color connection to the sun and to fire in this card. And so it is in this symbolizing torch and illumination. And the name of the card is, of course, Kenas. The Kenas speaks for knowledge and creativity and transformation. And again, the theme of transformation runs through pirityinen and Kenas rule as well. So in a funny way, the messages on both sides kind of got stronger by adding of these two runes. The rest with family on this side, and then your inner work of transforming yourself and your life by the light of the fire. Since Kena stands for a torch, it can also symbolize illumination and clarity. The only thing that I would say that keep in mind is that because Kenas only lights up a small area around it, it's different kind of spotlight than the celestial light that we are dealing with in your significator card. They are both symbolical lights that are important. One is dim and overall going like unconscious, and Kenas is bright and local, like your conscious mind. Both lights are needed, and both lights are illuminating your life at the moment. So themes of growth and themes of rest, themes of enjoyment and finding pearls of wisdom, and themes of music, and themes of work, and themes of transmuting. Then there was a reminder of communication and its importance in your life, as well as a hint that there might be prosperity ahead stemming from the work that you have done previously. And finally, at the mid-month of December, or whenever there is full moons, emotions might be running high. And also a reminder to check what happened during the last full moons and what kind of energies did you start then, because those energies are still working in your life. So these are the wisdom of the Nordic cards and the celestial stars for the You Now Group 3. I thank you very warmly that you have been with me on this journey, and I hope to see you later. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the cards and the wisdom of the North. If you enjoyed this reading, you won't want to miss our last adventure, searching for the tarot cues in the ruins of the 14th century Finnish castle. There, we uncovered messages in stone, golden autumn light, and the whispers of frost and moss. Stay tuned for more stories, readings, and paths to explore. Until then, trust your inner wisdom and the timeless guidance of the North.